Captain Taho Kim rubbed his tired eyes as he stared at the main screen on the bridge of the research ship Prometheus *. For 3 weeks, his crew had been mapping the asteroid belt in the Epsilon Eridani system. It was boring work, but the Earth Republic Navy paid well for resource surveys. "Captain, you should get some rest," said Commander Sun Ma-yoon, his second in command. "Your shift ended 2 hours ago." Taho shook his head. "Something doesn't feel right about this sector. The asteroids here, they're too evenly spaced." Sun Ma looked at the screen and frowned. He was right. The rocks formed an almost perfect circle around an empty area of space. "Could be natural," she said, not sounding convinced. "Or it could be artificial," Taho replied. Lieutenant Park scanned the center of that formation. Do-hyun Park, a young officer with a reputation for technical brilliance, tapped at his console. "Nothing on standard scans, sir. Whatever is there doesn't reflect our signals." "Try the deep penetration scanner," ordered Taho. "Sir, that will use up our monthly energy quota," warned Sun Ma. "The Republic will ask questions." Taho smiled slightly. "Then we'll have to find something worth the questions." "Proceed, Lieutenant." Park activated the scanner. The ship hummed as it directed a powerful beam toward the empty space. For 30 seconds, nothing happened. Then the bridge erupted with alarm sounds. "Captain," shouted Park. "Something is there. Something big." The main screen flickered and showed a massive object. It was long and sleek, with lines that suggested it was built for speed despite its enormous size. It was nearly 2 kilometers in length, dwarfing the Prometheus *. "Is that a ship?" whispered Sun Ma. "Definitely a ship," said Taho, leaning forward. "And definitely not one I recognize. Not Council design, not Voidwalker, not Quarthy. Nothing in our databases." Dr. Ji Soo-han, the mission's chief scientist, hurried onto the bridge. "Captain, my team is getting strange readings from that object. The metal of its hull, we can't identify it. And despite showing no power signals, it's somehow absorbing our scans." "How old is it?" asked Taho. Jisoo hesitated. "That's the strange part. Initial dating suggests it's been here for approximately 15,000 years." A heavy silence fell over the bridge. 15,000 years ago, humans were still figuring out agriculture on Earth. They certainly weren't building starships. "I want a closer look," Taho said finally. "Helm, bring us in." Slowly. As the Prometheus * approached, more details became visible. The ship was dark gray, almost black, with no visible markings. No signs of damage marred its perfect hull, despite its age. "It looks like it was built yesterday," said Sun Ma in awe. "Prepare a boarding team," ordered Taho. "I want to know what this thing is." 2 hours later, Taho floated through the silent corridors of the ancient vessel, followed by Jisoo, Park, and 2 security officers. Their suit lights cast long shadows in the empty hallways. "The air is breathable," said Jisoo, checking her scanner. "And the temperature is rising. It's like the ship is waking up." "Waking up after 15,000 years?" asked one of the security officers nervously. "That's not possible." They reached what appeared to be a central chamber. The room was large and circular, with a raised platform in the center. "This must be the bridge," said Taho. "Lieutenant Park, see if you can find any controls or data systems." Park moved toward a panel on the wall that looked promising. As his gloved hand touched it, lights suddenly flickered throughout the room. A soft hum began to build. "Everyone freeze," ordered Taho. "Don't touch anything else." Too late. The entire ship was coming to life around them. The floor beneath them vibrated gently as systems activated one by one. A holographic display appeared in the center of the room, showing what looked like star charts. Strange symbols floated in the air. "Can anyone read that?" asked Taho. Jisoo stepped forward, her eyes wide. "Captain, those symbols, they're an ancient form of human writing. A Proto-Indo-European script. This ship was built by humans. That's impossible, said Taiho, but he could hear the doubt in his own voice. Humans didn't leave Earth until 2157. That was just 300 years ago. According to official history, Jisoo replied. She touched one of the floating symbols. The hologram changed, showing a recording. A man in a uniform unlike anything they recognized stood on the same bridge where they now stood. He spoke, and though the language was strange, the translation appeared below him in modern Korean. This is Captain Ilam Lee of the Earth Defense Force Warship Phoenix *. If you are seeing this message, then some part of humanity has survived. The ship is yours now. Use it to protect what remains of our people. The Council must never be allowed to do to you what they did to us. The message ended, leaving them in stunned silence. Earth Defense Force, said Sunma. There's no record of that in our history. Taiho's mind raced. The Galactic Council claims they discovered us 250 years ago. They say they've been guiding our development, protecting us from making technological mistakes that could harm us. What if they've been lying? Asked Jisoo softly. What if we were out here before, and something happened? Before Taiho could answer, Park called out from a console he'd been examining. Captain, I've accessed some kind of weapons database. This ship, its capabilities are beyond anything I've ever seen. The destructive potential is. He trailed off, looking pale. The Council restricts human ships to Class 2 weapons, said Sunma. What class would these be? There is no classification for these, Park replied. They're too advanced. The Council would never allow any species to possess weapons like these. A new voice broke in, making them all jump. Which is precisely why I must report this immediately. Jin Woo Choi, the Council observer assigned to their mission, stood in the doorway. None of them had noticed him follow them aboard. His hand held a communication device, already active. The Council has strict laws about discovering restricted technology, said Jinwoo. This ship clearly violates numerous protocols. My superiors will arrive within days to confiscate and destroy it. Taiho stepped forward. This ship was built by humans. It belongs to humanity. Jinwoo smiled coldly. Humans are a level 3 civilization under Council guidance. You lack the maturity to possess such technology. The Council decides what humanity is ready for. As he turned to leave, Taiho caught Jisoo's eye. The scientist nodded slightly. Lieutenant Park, said Taiho quietly, lock down this ship. No one leaves until I say so. Metal doors slid shut across the exits, trapping the startled Council observer with them. What are you doing? Demanded Jinwoo. This is a violation of Council law. Taiho looked at the hologram, still showing the ancient captain's face, a face that looked remarkably like his own. I think, said Taiho slowly, that it's time we learned what really happened to humanity 15,000 years ago, and why the Council doesn't want us to know about it. From somewhere deep within the ancient warship came a sound like a heartbeat, growing stronger by the second. The Phoenix was awakening. 3 months had passed since the discovery of the Phoenix *. Captain Taiho Kim stood in the massive underground hangar beneath Neptune's largest moon, Triton. The ancient warship loomed before him, its dark hull now alive with soft blue lights that pulsed like a heartbeat. They found us, said Commander Sun Mayun, hurrying across the hangar floor. Council ships just entered the solar system. 7 of them. Taiho nodded, unsurprised. They had been lucky to have this much time. After locking the Council observer Jinwoo in the Prometheus's brig, they had rushed the ancient ship back to the far edges of human territory. President Kang of the Earth Republic had granted them this secret base, understanding the importance of what they had found. How long do we have? Asked Taiho. Maybe 6 hours before they reach Neptune, replied Sunmei. They're demanding we hand over the forbidden artifact at once. Taiho turned to look at Dr. Jisoo Han, who was working at a portable computer station connected to the ship. "Are we ready?" Jisoo didn't look up from her screen. "Not even close. We understand maybe 5% of this ship's systems. The technology it's like trying to explain quantum physics to someone from the Stone Age." "That's us," said Lieutenant Do-hyun Park with a bitter laugh. "The Stone Age humans. Kept that way by council rules. For 3 months, Team Lazarus, the name they had given their secret group, had worked around the clock to understand the Phoenix *. Engineer Min-ho Kang led the team trying to understand the ship's weapons, while Jisoo focused on its engines and computer systems. What they had learned was shocking. The ship's drive didn't just move through space. It bent space itself. Its weapons operated on principles that modern human science had barely begun to theorize about. Most surprising of all, the ship seemed to respond to them in ways they couldn't explain, as if it recognized them somehow. "We need more time," said Jisoo, rubbing her tired eyes. "Time is the one thing we don't have," replied Tae-ho. He looked around at the 100 or so people working in the hangar, the best minds humanity had to offer, now all considered criminals by the Galactic Council. "We need to move. Now." Min-ho walked up, wiping grease from his hands. "The good news is, we've managed to power up the main drive. The bad news is, we have no idea how fast it will go or if we can control it." "Better than waiting here to be arrested," said Tae-ho. He made a decision. "Prepare for launch. Everyone who wants to stay behind should leave now." No one moved. "You realize what this means," said Sunmi quietly. "The moment we power up this ship, we become outlaws. The Council will never forgive this." "Maybe it's time humanity stopped asking for forgiveness," replied Tae-ho. "Maybe it's time we remembered who we were." In the command center of the Drazak Warship Subjugator *, Commander Vextar watched as his fleet approached Neptune. The green-scaled alien stood nearly 7 feet tall, with 4 arms and eyes that glowed with yellow light. Like all Drazak, he viewed humans with a mixture of disgust and fear. "Status of the human defenses?" he asked his first officer. "Minimal, Commander. They have only 2 patrol ships near Neptune. They cannot stop us." Vextar nodded. "Good. Transmit the message again. Tell them they have violated Council law by studying forbidden technology. They must surrender the artifact immediately." "Commander," the sensor officer's voice rose in alarm. "I'm detecting a massive energy spike from Neptune's moon." Vextar turned to the main view screen just as a blinding flash of blue light erupted from Triton's surface. When the light faded, a dark shape rose from the moon, moving with impossible speed. "What is that?" demanded Vextar. "Unknown vessel, Commander. Its power readings they're off the scale." The shape resolved into a sleek warship, larger than any in the Council fleet. It moved with a grace that seemed impossible for its size, accelerating toward the edge of the solar system. "That must be the artifact," said Vextar. "All ships, pursue and disable. Use maximum force authorized." On the bridge of the Phoenix *, chaos reigned. The ship had launched itself the moment they had activated the main power system, as if it had a mind of its own. Now they were hurtling through space at speeds that made the stars blur. "Can anyone slow this thing down?" shouted Tae-ho, gripping the captain's chair as the ship banked sharply. Jisoo worked frantically at what they had determined was the main control console. "I'm trying. The ship seems to be running on some kind of automatic program." "Council ships are pursuing," reported Park from the sensor station. "They're firing weapons." The bridge crew tensed, waiting for the impact. Instead, a soft chime sounded, and a holographic display appeared in the center of the bridge. It showed the 7 Council ships falling behind rapidly. "They can't catch us," said Sunmi in wonder. "We're too fast." A new alarm sounded. The ship shuddered as something hit them from behind. "One shot got through," said Park. "Minor damage to the outer hull." Jisoo looked up from her console, her eyes wide. "Captain, The ship is responding to the attack. What do you mean, responding? Asked Taiho. Before she could answer, the holographic display changed. It now showed detailed schematics of the pursuing council ships, highlighting what appeared to be weapon systems and engines. A gentle female voice spoke in perfect Korean, startling everyone on the bridge. Hostile forces detected. Defense protocols activated. Permission to engage. Taiho exchanged shocked looks with his officers. The ship was talking to them. Who? What are you? Asked Taiho carefully. I am the combat intelligence system of the EDF Warship Phoenix *, replied the voice. You have the genetic markers of authorized command personnel. You are Captain Taiho Kim of the Earth Republic Navy. Do you wish to engage the pursuing council vessels? Minho whispered, It knows your name. How does it know your name? Taiho shook his head, equally confused. We don't want to destroy them, he told the ship. Just stop them from following us. Non-lethal defensive measures authorize, replied the voice. Executing. The holographic display showed the Phoenix * releasing a pulse of energy that spread outward like ripples in a pond. When it reached the council ships, they suddenly slowed, their engines flaring and then dimming. Target vessels' propulsion and weapon systems temporarily disabled, reported the ship's voice. They will regain function in approximately 12 hours. The bridge crew stared in stunned silence. The mighty council warships, the most advanced vessels in known space, had been disabled as easily as turning off a light switch. What are you? Whispered Taiho again. The holographic display changed once more, showing an image of Earth, but not as they knew it. This Earth was surrounded by a cloud of orbital stations and ships, a bustling center of an interstellar civilization. I am the last defender of the first human empire, said the ship. I have waited 15,342 years for worthy successors. It seems I have found them. Taiho looked at the faces of his crew, shocked, afraid, but also filled with growing wonder. Tell us everything, he said to the ship. Tell us what happened to humanity. I will, replied the Phoenix. But first, we must reach safety. The Council will send more ships. They fear what you might become if you reclaim your heritage. And what is that? Asked Jisoo. The ship's voice seemed to hold a note of pride as it answered. The most powerful species in the galaxy. The Phoenix * flew through the darkness of deep space. Inside, Captain Taiho Kim and his crew gathered in what they now knew was the ship's strategic command center. Holographic displays surrounded them, showing star maps and historical records that none of them had ever seen before. This can't be real, whispered Commander Sun Mayun as she watched the images of vast human cities on dozens of planets. It is real, said the ship's eye. They had named her Hana, after discovering her full designation was Human Adaptive Mural Architecture. What you see is the first human empire at its height, approximately 16,000 years ago. The hologram showed hundreds of worlds connected by trade routes, all under human control or influence. Earth stood at the center, a shining jewel of technology and power. If humans were this advanced, what happened? Asked Dr. Jisoo Han. Why did we end up stuck on Earth, thinking we'd never been to space before? Hana's voice grew softer. The council happened. The display changed to show a group of alien species meeting in a grand chamber. Taiho recognized some of them. The four-armed Drazak, the crystalline Korthi, the gas-bag-like voidwalkers, along with several other species he had never seen before. The original Galactic Council was formed by the elder species who feared humanity's rapid expansion, explained Hana. Humans had achieved in 500 years what took most species millennia. Your adaptability, your creativity, your determination, these traits made you dangerous in their eyes. So they attacked us, asked Lieutenant Du Hyun Park. Not at first, replied Hana. First, they tried to contain humanity through treaties and regulations. When that failed, they orchestrated a series of incidents that led to open war. The hologram shifted to show massive space battles. Human ships fought bravely against overwhelming numbers, but were slowly pushed back toward Earth. The war lasted 30 years, continued Hannah. Humanity was outnumbered but not outmatched. Human ships and weapons were superior, but there were too many enemy forces. One by one, human worlds fell. And Earth? Asked Min Ho Kang quietly. The hologram showed Earth surrounded by council ships. Beams of energy struck the planet repeatedly. The council used weapons that targeted technology specifically, said Hannah. They bombarded Earth until every piece of advanced technology was destroyed. Billions died. Civilization collapsed. The survivors were reduced to a pre-industrial state. That's genocide, whispered Jisoo, her face pale. Yes, agreed Hannah. But the council called it containment. They believed humanity was too dangerous to be allowed to spread among the stars. Too unpredictable. Too innovative. Tai-Ho leaned forward. So they kept us trapped on Earth, waiting for us to build ourselves back up. And then they discovered us. Correct, said Hannah. The council has manipulated human development for millennia. Each time your civilization approaches a certain level of advancement, they intervene, sometimes subtly, sometimes directly. The current arrangement, where they pose as benevolent guides restricting your technology for your own good, is simply their latest strategy. But how did you survive? Asked Sunmei. If they destroyed everything. I was not on Earth when it fell, replied Hannah. The Phoenix was part of a last-ditch effort. 5 ships, each carrying the sum of human knowledge and the most advanced technology we possessed. We were sent in different directions with one mission: survive, hide, and wait for humanity to rise again. What happened to the other ships? Asked Do-hyun. Unknown. All communication was lost after the fall of Earth. The room fell silent as they absorbed this information. Their entire understanding of human history had been a lie. The Council, which claimed to be helping humanity develop safely, had been their jailers all along. So what do we do now? Asked Jisoo finally. We can't fight the entire Council with one ship. Can't we? Min-Ho had been studying the technical specifications Hannah had shown them. This ship has weapon systems beyond anything the Council currently has. We could start another war we can't win, interrupted Tai-Ho. No, we need to be smarter this time. He stood up and walked to the center of the holographic display. Hannah, you've been waiting for thousands of years. You must have had a plan. What were you meant to do when humans found you? My primary directive was to preserve human knowledge and technology, replied Hannah. My secondary directive was to aid humanity in reclaiming its place among the stars when the time was right. Is the time right? Asked Sunmei. Before Hannah could answer, alarms blared throughout the ship. The holographic display shifted to show a massive fleet of ships approaching their position. Council response fleet detected, announced Hannah. 57 vessels from multiple species. They are converging on our position from all directions. How did they find us so quickly? Asked Jisoo, shocked. Unknown. Possibility of tracking device or informant. Tai-Ho's mind raced. 57 ships. Even with the Phoenix's advanced technology, those were impossible odds. Can we outrun them? He asked. Negative, replied Hannah. They have positioned themselves to block all escape routes. They are using a new form of interdiction technology that will prevent us from entering faster than light travel. Then we fight, said Min-Ho grimly. Tai-Ho shook his head. No, there has to be another way. He turned to Jisoo. You've been studying the ship's database. Is there anything in there that could help us? Any weakness the Council has? Jisoo bit her lip, thinking hard. Then her eyes widened. Information. That's their weakness. The Council has stayed in power because they control what everyone knows. They've hidden the truth from not just humans, but from all the younger species. What are you suggesting? Asked Sunmei. I'm suggesting we tell everyone the truth replied Jisoo, excitement growing in her voice. Hana, does this ship have broadcasting capabilities? Can you transmit data to multiple systems simultaneously? Yes, replied Hana. The Phoenix was designed with advanced communication systems capable of bypassing standard jamming techniques. Jisoo turned to Taiho. Captain, what if we broadcast the historical records to every world in Council space? Let everyone see what really happened to humanity. Let the other species know what the Council is capable of. A truth bomb, said Do-hyun with a growing smile. I like it. Taiho considered the idea. It was risky. The Council ships would do everything possible to stop them, but it might be their only chance. Hana, he said, prepare a data package containing the historical records of the Council's attack on Earth. Add in technical data showing our current level of advancement compared to what the Council allows. Target all major population centers in Council space with priority to younger species. What about the approaching fleet? Asked Sunmei. Taiho's face hardened. We'll have to hold them off long enough to complete the broadcast. Hana, show me the weapon systems. Not to destroy, just to disable. As the massive Council fleet drew closer, the ancient human warship prepared for one final mission, to reveal the truth that had been hidden for 15,000 years. Battle stations, ordered Captain Kim. It's time to change the galaxy. The massive Council fleet surrounded the Phoenix like hungry wolves circling their prey. 57 warships, representing the combined might of the elder species, formed a sphere around the ancient human vessel. On the Phoenix's bridge, Captain Taiho Kim stood tall despite the overwhelming odds. Broadcast status, he asked. Data package ready, replied Dr. Jisoo Han from her station. But we need to break through their communication jammers first. Lieutenant Do-hyun Park worked frantically at the weapons console. I've identified their jamming ships. 3 Drazak cruisers at these coordinates. Can we disable them without destroying them? Asked Taiho. I believe so, said Hana, the ship's eye. Her voice was calm despite the danger. The Phoenix has precision targeting systems designed for surgical strikes. Then target their communication arrays only, ordered Taiho. Minimum force needed. Incoming transmission from the Council fleet, announced Commander Sun Mayun. The main display shifted to show the scaled face of the Drazak commander, Vextar. His yellow eyes glowed with anger. Human vessel, this is your final warning, he hissed. Surrender the forbidden warship immediately or be destroyed. There will be no further negotiations. Taiho stepped forward. This ship was built by my ancestors. It belongs to humanity by right. We want only to be treated as equals in the galactic community. Vextar laughed, a harsh sound like stones grinding together. Equals. Humans were never equals. You were animals that grew too powerful too quickly. The Council was right to put you back in your cage 15,000 years ago, and we will be right to do so again. The transmission cut off. He just admitted it, said Jisoo quietly, on an open channel. Taiho nodded grimly. And now everyone will know. Target those jamming ships and fire when ready. The Phoenix moved with sudden, startling speed. 3 precise beams of energy lanced out, each striking a Drazak cruiser with perfect accuracy. The targeted ships spun away, their communication arrays reduced to molten metal. Jammers disabled, shouted Do-hyun. Broadcasting window open. Begin transmission, ordered Taiho. Jisoo activated the broadcast system, transmitting to all frequencies, targeting population centers on all Council worlds and colonies. The Council fleet reacted immediately. Ships surged forward, weapons blazing. Energy beams and missiles streaked toward the Phoenix. Defensive systems active, reported Hana. The ancient warship glowed as invisible shields deflected the incoming fire. Broadcast at 15% completion. Estimated time to completion, 4 minutes. They're concentrating their fire, warned Minho Kang from the engineering station. Shields holding, but taking heavy strain. A massive blast rocked the ship. Warning lights flashed across the bridge. Shield breach in Section 4, reported Minho. Damage to the broadcast array. Reroute power from non-essential systems, ordered Taiho. Keep that broadcast going. As the crew fought to maintain the broadcast, something unexpected happened. 3 council ships, smaller vessels from the Tellarite species, suddenly stopped firing. Then 5 more ships ceased their attack. "What's happening?" asked Sunmei. "They're receiving our broadcast," replied Jisoo, excitement in her voice. "The younger species in the council fleet. They're standing down." On the tactical display, more council ships stopped their attack. Soon, only the vessels of the elder species, the Drazak, Quarthy, and Voidwalkers, continued firing. "Broadcast at 75% completion," reported Hana. "Beginning final data packet transmission. Technical specifications of current council technology compared to restricted human development." Another massive hit rocked the ship. This time, the lights on the bridge flickered. "Main power failing," reported Minho. "Backup systems engaged, but we're losing broadcast strength." Taiho gripped the captain's chair. "Everything we have into that broadcast. Everything." Suddenly, new ships appeared on the tactical display, dozens of them, approaching rapidly from the direction of Earth. "Earth Republic Navy vessels detected," announced Hana. "They are targeting the attacking council ships." The main screen showed Earth warships, smaller and less advanced than the council vessels, but numerous and determined, firing on the Drazak and Quarthy ships. "This is President Yun Ji-Lee of the Earth Republic," came a firm female voice over the communication system. "We have received the Phoenix's broadcast and stand with Captain Kim. The suppression of human advancement ends today." The Earth ships formed a protective circle around the damaged Phoenix buying time for the broadcast to complete. "Broadcast at 98%, reported Jisoo. "Almost there." Vextar's face appeared again on the screen, contorted with rage. "This changes nothing. The Council will never accept humans as equals." "That's no longer your decision," replied Taiho calmly. "The truth is out now, not just to humans, but to every species under Council rule." As if to confirm his words, more Council ships ceased firing. Some even turned their weapons on the remaining Drazak vessels. "Broadcast complete," announced Hana. A cheer went up from the bridge crew. The Phoenix had done it. Humanity's true history was now known throughout Council space. In the days that followed, the galaxy changed. The Council fractured as younger species demanded answers and equal treatment. The elder species could no longer hide behind lies and manipulation. Earth, backed by the technological knowledge from the Phoenix negotiated a new position in galactic politics, not as a primitive species needing guidance, but as equals with a rich and ancient heritage. 1 month after the battle, Captain Taiho Kim stood on the bridge of the repaired Phoenix. Beside him stood President Lee and his loyal crew. "The Council has officially lifted all technology restrictions on humanity," announced President Lee, "and 4 other species have followed our example, demanding the same freedom. The old Council is finished." "What will replace it?" asked Sunmei. "A new alliance," replied President Lee. "One based on cooperation rather than control. One where no species can suppress another's development." Jisoo looked at the ship's walls. "And what about the Phoenix? Will it be retired now that its mission is complete?" "No," said Taiho, smiling. "The Phoenix has a new mission now. Hana, tell them." The ship's eye spoke, her voice echoing through the bridge. "Long-range scans have detected faint signals matching the other 4 ships that escaped Earth's fall. They are scattered across different galaxies, but they are out there." The holographic display showed distant star clusters, with 4 tiny points of light blinking far beyond known space. "More human ships. whispered Du Hyun in awe. More technology like the Phoenix asterisk. And more of our history, added Taiho. The Phoenix asterisk was just the beginning. Now we need to find our other lost ships and truly reclaim our heritage. President Lee nodded in agreement. Captain Kim, your new orders are to take the Phoenix asterisk and find these other vessels. Bring them home. As the ancient warship, the ship that the Galactic Council had outlawed for being too advanced, prepared for its journey into the unknown, Taiho looked at his crew with pride. It's time for humanity to remember who we really are, he said. And it's time for the galaxy to meet the real human race. The Phoenix asterisk turned toward the stars, a symbol not just of humanity's past, but of its limitless future.